Hello everyone, just checking in. I wanted to do this final video. I actually didn't get around to it that night that I landed because of time constraints that I was under, plus it was super late when we got in. Um, so I left Warsaw, Poland en route of Amsterdam, Netherlands, of course, and I didn't make it there. Well, I left on a Saturday, but I didn't make it there until about 9 p.m., a little after 9 p.m. on that Saturday night, so it was kind of late. I thought everything was going to go smooth, of course, but so I get through the checkpoint and all of that. You can't go back to the check-in area until you're like 3 hours before your flight's supposed to take off. So I understand that. So I had to stay downstairs and wait all night until about 5 o'clock the next morning, which was awesome because I ended up meeting some other individuals who were pretty much in the same boat as far as needing to wait all night and stuff like that. They were pretty awesome individuals that I got to hang out with, which killed a lot of time. So finally got to go back to my gate. I go through the gate, and the process is pretty long. It's pretty long. I will say that it was probably like a 2-hour process. Going through checkpoint and getting your passport and all of that, which is cool. Finally made my flight that same day because I flew out of Warsaw the day before. So on this day, I had flown out of Amsterdam, which was a Saturday. No, which was a Sunday. My apologies. This was a Sunday. I left Warsaw on a Saturday. So Sunday morning, I left Amsterdam to Brussels, Belgium. Now, when I got to Brussels, Belgium, of course, this is an international airport. So Belgium is where I'm taking my 9.5-hour flight back to Texas, right? So I get to Belgium, and you have to go through the whole passport process there too, which is understandable. The thing is, the process took so long. It was ridiculous. There's no way that anyone could be on time and make their flight. There's just no way. The way that they operate, they were delaying all the flights, right? And it's because they want to search everyone. They want to. They only had. There's probably like a good 500 people waiting in line, and they only had 2 people working the window, scanning passports and doing all that other stuff, asking questions and giving you your stamps, and it was just a bunch. I think I waited in line about 3.5 hours, and I was actually late because of this. I was the last one to make my flight, and the flight waited an extra 30 minutes just for me. I think they knew that I had checked my bags in earlier, so they knew that I was there at the airport. So yeah, they ended up waiting for me. When I got to the airline, I just started walking slow because I'm thinking, man, they done already left, and I gotta go try to figure out how to get my bags back. So I get to the gate, and the woman's like, "You're so and so. You're so and so." "Oh yeah," and I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "You need to hurry. The flight's waiting on you." And I'm like, "Oh, damn, okay." I was the last one in line for that particular flight. Okay. I really appreciated that. So this was the 9.5-hour flight from Belgium back to Texas. All right. So, of course, we wait through that 9.5-hour flight, which was pretty brutal. I don't think I'll ever do anything like that ever again. All right. That's worse than sitting in any kind of jail. I mean, damn. I mean, I'm only saying that for me because I'm tall and there's not enough space, and it's just, it's very uncomfortable for me, especially for someone who has issues with sitting still. But anyway, we land in, Miami. We landed in Miami, Florida. And I've been hearing a lot of people say, well, Miami always fucks with me. They always pull me to the side. They always hold me for hours. I hear stuff like that. Okay, so when I landed in Miami, their process was kind of similar to Belgium. Only difference is there's a lot more people flying into Miami internationally, but they have a separate U.S. section versus a non-U.S. section, and both of them were just as packed. There were so many people, it was ridiculous, right? but they have a lot more windows open, so things were going a lot more quickly. I think I was only in line for about maybe an hour. I get to the front. I get all the way to the front, and for me, and this is me specifically, I get to the front where they're checking my passport. Of course, the guy behind the counter, he's a cool guy. He starts talking. He's like, hey, you like basketball, football, whatever? We're having a good time laughing. And then he goes to scan my passport, right? He scans my passport, and his face just drops. He goes, oh, God, what'd you do? And I'm like, I don't know. Well, what is it saying that I did? He's telling me that, well, he didn't know. He doesn't know. He actually had to go type up some stuff and do some digging to find out exactly what it was that I had did. That it's sending the a red notice across his screen. Okay. So he's like, well, just so you know, I got to send you back. He's talking about sending me back to the back so they could discuss with me more. I said, okay, that's fine. I just, me personally, this is my first time needing to use my passport to fly back in and whatnot, all right? So he fills out a yellow slip, attaches it to my passport, and he's like, well, just wait over there. So I waited for about 30 seconds, and a Hispanic guy, he comes in, he's like, hey, come to the back. I said, okay. I go with him to the back. He tells me to sit, have a seat, and wait for the next window. He hands my passport to the lady behind the window, and maybe a few minutes later, she calls me up. I go to the window, and she asked me a total of 2 questions. Her first question was, where all have you gone on your trip? I explained to her I had went all over Europe. Germany, Romania, all the way to Portugal. I'd been all over Europe, then ended up in Thailand. I explained all of that to her. She already knew, of course. The stamps are right there on the passport, right? She already knew the answer to that. So I obliged her by just answering. Of course, I told her where I had went, and then she had asked me, what was your favorite place? I said, probably Thailand. The beer is pretty cheap out there. She said, okay. Hands me my passport back and kicks me out of the building. She's like, go ahead and catch your flight. Okay. The whole process took maybe 3 minutes. It was similar to the video that I made when I landed in Germany, my first video, where some people were saying that they were accepted and being held for a long time in the waiting area. That just wasn't my experience, all right? Everybody that I had encountered along my journey back to the U.S., everyone had been very, very easy to talk to. I'd say very respectful. I haven't had any issues, The whole process took me like 3 minutes, and I was on my way to catch my connecting flight. So I don't have any complaints about Miami airport, However, of course, because you have to go collect your baggage downstairs, and then you have to go check in at the airline again. So what happened was, I went to go collect my bags. I went to go check in at the new airline, and when I got upstairs to go through the checkpoint, this time I had my driver's license, which was valid, and I also had my passport. I asked the woman which one. I said, you want a driver's license or do you want a passport? She said, I'll take the passport. I'll take the driver's license. And I'm thinking, okay, cool. Maybe nothing's going to show up if she just takes my driver's license instead, right? So I give her my driver's license. Same red scanning had came up. Okay. So now I'm like, oh shit, they're going to send me to the back again. And I had just came from the fucking back. I don't want to go back there again. Matter of fact, I'm not going back there again. I was already determined that I'm not going back to the back, all right? She, I guess, clears that notification, hands me my driver's license back, and she's like, enjoy your flight. She literally didn't say anything. Yeah, I don't think I have anything negative to say. I mean, maybe I'm just fortunate, lucky that I'm not having to experience all the hassles that most people are experiencing. I do feel bad for those individuals though, but I don't know. Maybe it's just me, or maybe they don't feel the need. I don't know, right? I do everything they tell me to do. I comply. I'm respectful. I don't approach them with an attitude. I just don't have anything negative to say about anyone that I've encountered along the way. Especially the guy that scanned my passport when I first entered the U.S. in Miami. I'd given him my passport. He scans, and we have that conversation, and then he's like, just so you know, I have to send you back. And he also noted that anytime I fly out of the country and re-enter the country, they're going to scan my passport, and no matter where I am inside of America, they're going to send me to the back. That's what he said. He said, this is just so you know. And I said, okay, well, so I'm basically going to have to stay out of the United States. He's like, no, you don't have to, but when you come back, they're going to question you, and they're going to kick you out of the building. They're not going to, there's really no reason for them to hold me any longer than what they need to. They didn't even search. They didn't even search my property, not my personal, not my bags. They didn't search anything. They literally asked me 2 questions and kicked me out. It was super easy, right? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Now I'm back in the U.S. I can't really disclose my exact location at this point, but I do have plans to travel and stay within the boundaries of the law according to what I am reading about state requirements. I do know that there are a few states that will let me off, so I am still actually determining which state would be best for me to go establish residency, get a driver's license in that state and try to do things the right way. My passport was not taken. My passport was not cut or marked in any way to try to make it invalid. I certainly wasn't told that my passport was invalid. I really just don't have any. This really isn't an update, to tell you the truth. I'm sorry to. Yeah, I'm sorry for the boring video, but yeah, I'm just giving you guys my experience. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end here because this really wasn't much of a video. It was really just a normal flight with normal routine checks. And here I am. I'm still alive and well. I'm going to go get my treatment here pretty soon. I just saw the doctor today. I actually have to see the doctor again tomorrow morning. And then I will be making my journey out elsewhere. Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. You guys have any questions, comments, please like, subscribe, and support the movement and what's going on. I will be heading back out of America again very soon, within, probably the next 3 months. But until then, I am going to be making videos regarding different laws and, terminologies and stuff like that. So stay on the lookout for that. And also things that I've learned since being off the registry. I will not be putting myself back on the registry by any means. I don't care if I have to fly into one state and then go to a different state the next day. I don't care. I will not be putting myself back on anyone's public registry for any reason. All right. I'm just not going to do it. However, I will stay within the boundaries of the law and follow any and all ordinances amongst municipalities and what I'm being told to do. All right. I'm not going to violate anyone's rules, anyone's laws. I'm not going to do it. And I just need to throw that out there. But I also will not be putting myself back on anyone's public registry. I can't do it anymore. All right. So that's going to be it. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, shoot me a email, post a like in the comments and all that good stuff. All right. All right, I'll talk to y'all later, and be on the lookout for more videos coming soon. Peace.